I have the smallest of grocery shops today because I'm still meal prepping and I'm still eating out of my fridge and freezer. So, although it was a small shop, I had to go to all 3 grocery stores. I started at Aldi. I picked up 1 kilo of pork mince. These are $3.99 each for 500 grams. Then I also picked up some sweet corn. This was on special, 500 grams for $2.99. Strawberries are still on special, $1.69 for a punnet, so that's a good deal. My favorite snack, the snacking tomatoes, also on special for $2.99. These have gone up in price, I think, but then I think they had the special ticket on it. Then Aldi was absolutely, completely out of eggs, as in 0, none left. So I went to Coles in hope of finding eggs. They only had like the organic $13 eggs for a dozen. I don't know who's crazy enough to buy a dozen eggs for $13. Yeah. There was actually a woman there also standing, and we both looked at each other and were like, we're not paying these stupid prices. So I went and picked up a box of this frozen fish. This was $9. I know, it's pricey. It's gone way, way up in price. When I first started eating these on special, they would be at like $4. But you get 5 of them, hokey. I really enjoy these ones rather than the home branded ones. They come up really, really nicely in the air fryer. So just to have some fish in the freezer. Then I had to go to Woolies in search of eggs. Luckily, there was a guy restocking the shelves. They were also pretty much picked bare. And he put a new box of the Woolworths eggs, large free-range eggs, 700 grams. This one was $5.20 at Woolies. So, I mean, they also had the crazy like $14 eggs as well. So this is what you get for shopping late night. I will put my total on screen. Tonight, I'm going to continue on with my meal prep for my freezer, and I'm going to batch cook fried rice. Now, I already have my rice pre-done. I did 6 cups of white rice. 6 cups of white rice, and I put it in the fridge, honestly, a few days ago. I've been meaning to do this for days, but I just haven't had the time. I have onions that I'm going to fry up with pork mince, with some garlic. I also have prawns that I've just put in hot water. These are the frozen packet. These ones from Aldi, I'm at the end of the packet, so I'm just going to reheat them in hot water, peel the tails off, and then throw them in when I'm done. So first I have to prep. Would you believe chopping these made me cry? It was unbelievable. Okay, so I've got my onions and my spring onions already chopped, 2 onions, and I'm going to fry that up with the pork mince, but first I've got to take off the tails off my prawns. Okay, so now just to help with my batch cooking, I'm going to fry up my onions with my pork mince and a little bit of seasoning. Okay, so I've had my 2 onions in with my kilo of pork mince. I've cooked it down. I've tried to get as much water out of it as possible. I did some seasoning, just salt, pepper, and probably about 3 heaped teaspoons of minced garlic. Now I'm going to take this out and put this to the side. Okay, so fried rice is really, really easy. It's just eggs beaten into a very hot wok, and then your rice in. Ideally, it's, as you can see, cold and frozen or like very, very hard. Basically, you don't want to use fresh rice because it's got too much water in it. It's called fried rice. Then for seasoning, it's salt in. Then I use Japanese dashi. You can use MSG if you have it. And then a little bit of soy sauce, and then you taste it. Since I've already got my pork mince done and I've got my prawns off to the side, they go in after the fried rice as well. You fry the bejesus out of it. You'll hear it sizzling. Then you can add all of that in. Mix it very well, and then you finish off with your spring onions as garnish. Round 2. So I'm done now with my 2 batches of my fried rice, and I'm going to portion them up into my little plastic Tupperware containers. Now I do like to weigh mine out when I portion it out. For consistency, and also because I find that between 300 grams and 320 grams a box is my sweet spot. It gives me enough to fill up on, and sometimes I add like a piece of fruit on at the end of dinner. So okay, so I've got my meals portioned out now. I've actually run out of these Tupperware containers. So I've got 8 of these single portions, and I've still got probably 2 and a bit portions here. So I'm going to let this all cool, and then when it's come down to room temperature, I'll put the lids on and I will put these into my freezer. So these are really nice, easy meal for me to have during the week. I just microwave them from frozen, and if I have fresh vegetables left in the fridge, which I usually do, I might stir fry some beans or some green peas or something like that and add it to the meal. So that's been my meal prep.